Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Rob's Cooking with Rob. I'm going to show you a recipe today which is coconut and blueberry pancakes. It is pancake day here in the UK. However, by the time I actually put this onto YouTube and link it up to my website, it probably won't be today. But guys, I hope you enjoy it. It's a fantastic recipe. As always, I'll break it down in terms of price for the whole dish, as well as the macronutrients on my site. But I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if you cook it, and let's get cooking. Let's get you a good view here. Right, okay, so we have our ingredients, as you can see on the side. We have 80 grams of oats in here. We have 5 grams of desiccated coconut here. I'm just going to stick it straight into the oat bowl. Just adjust the camera slightly, just so you can get the best view. We turn on our grill. I've got a flat grill here, okay. You can obviously use a pan if you don't have one, but this seems to get the best results for me, so I always use this one. So going back to here, 80 grams of oats, 5 grams of desiccated coconut. I'm going to put the blueberries to one side for now. Let's get rid of the scales. I just wanted to show you guys. So what else goes in here? We have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. You can see here just Dr. Oetker. Don't know if I've pronounced that right, but that's just 5 grams. Let's back in the drawer. I have ground sweet cinnamon from Sainsbury's, but you can use any cinnamon. Just season it to taste. And that's dry ingredients done. In our bowl, okay, separate, we're just going to put our wets. Now here, we're going to go with 2 egg whites. You can use 1 whole egg here, but I am taking the yolks out of this particular recipe due to the fact that I've had quite a few eggs this morning for breakfast, so I don't really need the extra calories for this dish. So just remove the rubbish. So we've got 2 egg whites. I've got buttermilk. Now normally I do use unsweetened coconut milk, but since I don't have any, I'm just going to add in some buttermilk, which is half a cup straight in there. Okay, now I will put the measurements in grams as well for everybody, but for now I'm just going to leave it in terms of cups. We have Almond Breeze unsweetened almond milk, half a cup, straight into the egg whites and the buttermilk. Got here coconut water, again half a cup, into our wets, and just a dash of vanilla essence. Not too much, just a little bit, just to give it a nice bit of vanilla flavour. Give that a little whisk. And just before we pour it in to the oats, just going to give it a little stir to prevent any clumping. And then the wets straight into the dries. Give that a stir, and hopefully our grill is getting nice and hot there. Don't have to over mix it, guys, but just make sure there are few lumps as possible. Now, you don't have to go with blueberries here, guys, okay? You can go with any fruits you like. I've just chosen blueberries because I've got them in abundance at the minute. There was an offer in Asda when I went to get them. So I'm just going to put those straight into the mix. Now, get your ladle. Just give it a little tiny stir. And what we're going to do, just going to spray some 1 calorie spray on here. Obviously go with any non-stick. Sometimes you use coconut butter or just normal butter to make it non-stick. And then obviously, however much you put on, okay, the mix onto your griddle is totally up to you, but you can obviously pick and choose your the size of pancakes you want. So it's on medium at the minute. What I normally do here, okay, sometimes when you go too high on this particular grill, it can burn before the middle is cooked. So I always start off the pancakes on medium and then I'll turn it up just to crisp it towards the end. And so, yeah, so we're just letting those cook. Okay, and you can see here, I've just chosen this size. You can go with smaller or larger if you want to, completely up to you. But I will put obviously the whole dish's macros, like I said, on my website. So that way it doesn't make a difference how big or small you choose to have. It's always going to be the same macronutrients. Now, whilst that is cooking, just going to stick all the milks back in my fridge, give you a sneaky peek about what's in my fridge. Happy days, food for later. And yeah, you can see it just cooking. As soon as it starts bubbling, you know it's almost ready to turn. Some people say you shouldn't turn pancakes more than once each side, but you can really obviously play around with it and see what works best for you, really. Sometimes I can flip them more than once, sometimes I choose not to. But you can see it's going all right, not quite there yet. Let's turn it up, just to crisp around the outsides. So I hope everyone's doing well today, guys. It's really cold here and quite wet as well. I've heard the weather is supposed to get a lot colder. Saying that I'm going skiing next week, so I'm going to be cold next week, no matter what it is here in the UK. But yeah, so almost there, ready for the flip, no stress. Let's get clearing up just a little bit. Do some washing up, stay ahead of myself, save me doing it later. So yeah, doing well. I actually quite like my pancakes a bit crispy, so if they're a little bit burnt, it really doesn't make a difference to me. But they are good to flip, so let's just flip them. Look at that. Nice. And like I say, guys, you're going to have to judge it on your own grill, or if you choose to have it in a cook it in a pan on the stove. It's completely down to the temperature you have it at. But if you like it crispy, obviously you can go with crispy. If you don't like it so crispy, then maybe cook it a little bit slower and play around with it. Woo. I'm absolutely starving, so these are going to go down quite nicely. I'm going to cook my son's later. He asked me to cook some apple pancakes, so I'm going to do some apple and cinnamon. I know he loves a bit of cinnamon in some of his sweeter dishes. But these are a great, healthy way of making pancakes. And I'm not just making these solely because it's pancake day, but I like to have these when I've had a hard session in the gym. And I did a extremely hard session this morning. So although it's not directly after the gym, I definitely feel like I need more calories today. So that's why I'm having these now. As you see, nice and crispy, not quite done just yet. You can hear the sizzling. The blueberries are popping and the juice is coming out. Yeah. So guys, tell me, what do you put on your pancakes? I love putting on extras. Not quite sure what I'm going to have today as extras, but obviously your macros need to be factored in. My son particularly likes raisins added to his pancakes, and also as well some yogurt. I have that Fie zero fat yogurt, and I must admit I do like a little bit of that on top of my pancakes, and sometimes I even put banana on there as well, but it's obviously each of their own. So I'm just going to put those down there. I actually like my pancakes cold, which is, I know, a little bit bizarre. My wife always takes the mickey out of me. So just putting some more spray on there, and enough for one more each, I'd imagine here. So stick the rest on there. Go with 4 giant pancakes. Now I've got this idea for this recipe from The Rock. Well, obviously not personally, but looking at his pancakes, he did a while back, probably about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, he released his recipe on his Instagram about, let's get rid of the root there. Yeah, he put a recipe on his his Instagram about what went into his pancakes. And obviously there was a hell of a lot of calories in there. And I did actually try them and they were amazing. But for me, it's just too much in one meal. So whilst obviously you can certainly fit it in your daily macro targets, I choose to keep the calories a lot less. Therefore, I can have obviously more bigger meals later in the day with other meals. So this is why I try to cut back the calories and still try to get that same nice flavor that he had in that recipe. And I personally love this recipe. I know a lot of people that I've cooked this for has said the same thing. It's absolutely fantastic flavor. The blueberries go well with the coconut. Like I said before, you can add other stuff on top of it. Pancakes, there's just 1,000,001 things you can add as the topping, which will alter the macros. So you've got to play around with it and see what you want and how it fits into your daily requirements. For me, I tend to go with yogurt, banana, those arguably less calorie orientated foods that some people put on their pancakes. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, so I don't like anything like chocolate or anything like that. But you can obviously add that if you wish. So yeah, let's go with the flip. Woo! Look at that. Lovely. Get a nice big close up there. Look at that. Woo! Better not cut the camera. Wife wouldn't be happy with that. Have to spend more money on equipment for you guys, but it's worth it. See here, it's actually rising quite nicely as well. Awesome. So this, well, as I say, it's 1 calorie per spray. Is a way of obviously reducing your calories. I have to say I do prefer cooking with coconut oil or even butter. It just gives that extra taste to your pancakes. But obviously you're trying to keep your calories lower. This is a perfect spray. Sometimes I don't even use spray on certain things that I'm cooking, but with pancakes you do have that stickiness factor that it just ruins it if it does stick. So you don't want to let that happen. So that's why I've gone with a spray just with lower calories. But if you want to go with flavour and you're not worried about your calories, definitely go with coconut oil or butter. So give that a second or two. Hopefully you can tell as well that a lot of my recipes are fairly straightforward in terms of how short it takes to cook them. You can see on the time, this is live. I'm trying to edit as less as possible my videos, because I do find they lose authenticity when you do too much editing. And I want to teach people that obviously this is real. This is how I do it. My recipes don't take long. Okay, so from zero, okay, although I had the ingredients out on the surface, I put them together, okay, and cook them in less than 20 minutes. It's coming up as 16 minutes just turned. I can see on my phone, obviously this is the angle you guys are getting. Okay, 16 minutes and I'm pretty much good to finish cooking here. Okay, I just like them just a little bit crispy, so that's why I'm just cooking them extra, but they are cooked. Okay, in less than 16 minutes or 16.5 minutes, okay, you can have pancakes, okay, done, dusted. I will say, cheated a little bit, I ground down the oats before the video. One of the reasons why I did that is because my blender at the moment is horrifically loud. So if I had that on whilst you guys obviously were listening, okay, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. So I just wanted to grind that down pre-recording. But it literally is oat flour, okay, grinding down oats, okay, in a blender. A lot of people go to extra effort and go out and buy oat flour already done for you in the shop. It really is an expensive way of getting your oat flour. Okay, just get some oats, grind them down, and then have them whenever you like. Okay, and for much cheaper. Okay, alternative. I use Morn Flake oats. You can go with any oats you like. So all of the, as I say, the costings and all of the macronutrients will be off the products I use. Okay, so do bear in mind there may be, okay, slight differences, slight variations in macronutrients and costing. Okay, but essentially that's the only way I can do it, because obviously I don't want to cheat you guys. I want to be transparent as possible. So I'm only going to use the products I use. And there we have it, guys. Turn that off, let that cool down before I clean it, otherwise burn my hands. Okay, that's it. They're the pancakes. Woo! Okay, you can see lovely coconut and blueberry pancakes. Like I said before, I let it cool down. You don't have to. Obviously,